wanted to know for the group, when it comes to the buy down, obviously we're providing the numbers behind it, right, guys? So you guys see how that works mechanically. If it's a 2-1 buy down, it's a 2% discount. After the 12 months, it's going to be a 1% discount, right? So we're providing that, but it's still going to be up to the agent to, more or less have that conversation with the seller to provide that concession amount. Do you guys all understand that? Or no? Yes or no? Yes? Good?
Okay, Harry, you are nodding. Which part do you not understand?
Runner, something about the concession?
Right. So the buy down isn't free, and it's not something that's necessarily built into a loan or anything like that, right? So someone has to, typically, it's going to be the seller who's going to pay for that buy down on the borrower's behalf, right? So the borrower is going to get a rate that entails a buy down, but there's a fee to that, right? So I think in Peter's slide, I think it costs $18,000. Someone has to pay for that. And so still the conversation still has to be had between the listing agent and the seller about, hey, let's price it at, I don't know, $1,018,000 or something. And okay, let's say that the seller wants $1 million for their property. A classic example would be then the listing agent will be say, hey, why don't we sell it or list it for a 1.018, $1,018,000, and then you can and that $18,000 increase, you can give it back to the borrower as a seller concession, in which that $18,000 will be used for the buy down. Does that make sense? Right? Or otherwise, if they sell it at $1 million, so that's a conversation that the listing agent and the seller is going to have. If the market doesn't warrant the $1,018,000, then it might be, hey, let's sell it at $1 million, list it for $1 million, knowing that you're going to have to probably give up $18,000. So instead of $1 million, you're going to get, what is that, $982,000, right, as opposed to the $1 million. Does that all make sense? Yeah. So I don't want you guys going in there blindly thinking, hey, I'm going to provide you this. Once you guys listing agents sell the buy down, okay, this is a good way to attract more buyers for you. There is another component of it, right? And that is more or less convincing the seller to concede that amount for the buy down. I just wanted to make that aware to you guys.
Yes. So while Ragnar was explaining, I made this quick chart. So imagine that we are selling this property at $1 million without the seller concession. Let's say the seller payoff was at $800,000. The seller will probably get $200,000 back at sale, right? Anyone had a question about it? So what we are doing, hey seller, why don't you increase the sales price $18,000 or let's say $20,000. And why don't you give $20,000 credit to the buyer? You're going to pay off your $800,000. You're going to get money back anyway. So as a buyer, why am I overpaying $20,000 for this credit? But in return, you overpay $55.55 each month. In return, you get this $20,000 we can use to bring down the payment of almost $1,000 each month. Guaranteed transaction, guaranteed relationships that you can concrete by showing this Excel. So this is what we're doing. This is a back-end negotiation that the listing agent and the sellers are doing. Because if the buyer cannot qualify with $55 or higher, you shouldn't buy your home right now. It's a joke. Do you see what I'm saying? If you cannot afford and if your DTI doesn't pass because of $55, you're working with a wrong buyer. Is what I'm introducing to this listing agent to open their eyes. Why are you chasing after buyers? Why are you chasing after listing agent? I'm grateful to hear that you have 30, 40, 50 listings, but how many did you sell? It's same thing as Giving Tree telling you guys, hey, we have 100 files in pipeline, but how many did we fund? How many do we have? If we start talking about potentials, which may lead into buying bond purchases with stocks, gambling, why is it so different? So we have to itemize what we talk about into bring it down to reality and then give them actual breakdowns. $20,000 is a lot of money, but if you break it down to 30 years, it's only $55. This is what you can give within seconds and just write it down. You can put it on your phone and tell the listing agent, sellers, hey, $20,000 shouldn't hurt the deal, shouldn't kill you. You wanted $200,000 at the end of the day. If you allow me, the listing agent, to perform and exercise, I'll make it happen. Isn't that the listing agreement all about? So because we don't have the realtor license, or for some of you, you do, you may be extra careful when you call out the listing, because the listing agreement specifies that you cannot solicit any active listing if you have a active real estate license. So you cannot call. Whatever Alex did, if he had a realtor license, he shouldn't have done it, and he can't do it. It becomes an illegal activity by encouraging people to sell and leading them. This is a steering. But because we didn't have it, Alex and I got together, and how many minutes was it, Alex? Like 30, 40 minutes, right?
30, 40 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. So we were just grinding down, telling the seller the reasons why she cannot qualify for the hard money loan and that she must sell. And surprisingly, she understood after the long conversation. I thought I was going to discourage her. I asked her to step away and walk away from us because it was there was a lot of miscommunication with the seller, currently the seller and Alex. But as I was hearing, I just wanted to give her the true, whether it was good or bad. It was an unfortunate news that I have to tell her that we can originate the loan after, the borrower spending all these money for credit repairs and credit fix, and she understood my ideas, and now Alex is using her as a tool to contact the agent, and now Alex is getting like 3 different buyers in return.
Yeah, she sent me a couple.
Hey, Peter, I have a question.